Hey, Pretty Girl Club. So I came across this TikTok today where there's an unambiguous black woman saying colorist light skinned women are intimidated by her. Let's check this out.
Colorist light-skinned women are intimidated by me. Colorist light-skinned
Okay, so she's saying that women are intimidated by her. And apparently, if you're intimidated by someone, I guess that means you're a colorist. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I've noticed that some women they have a habit of calling things colorism that are not colorism. Like somebody can be intimidated by you for many different reasons. They can be jealous, they can dislike your personality, they can be completely racist against black people as a whole, but they're not giving any actual examples of what it is. They're not giving any actual quotes that somebody said to them that were actually colorist. It's almost as if this has become a buzzword and it's basically lost its meaning. And also, notice how she's doing this while simultaneously wearing the hair textures of mixed race women and then playing an Ice Spice song in the background. So you're bragging like you're trying to flex your appearance by looking as close to a dark skinned exotical as possible, wanting to have that Chili from TLC phenotype, wanting that Ryan Destiny phenotype, that Justine Sky phenotype. So you're trying to look like a darker skinned mixed woman while bragging and then saying that people who are intimidated by you are essentially colorists. And then you're also doing it to an Ice Spice song in the background. And then somebody said, she's not saying that all light skins are intimidated by her. She is saying colorist light skinned women are intimidated by her because her being dark skinned and confident in her looks challenges their mindset that light skin automatically equals pretty and dark skin automatically equals unattractive. But the thing is, who said that dark skin equals unattractive? Where did you get that from? Who told you that? Because I'm going to guess it was probably your fellow black people that told you that. So the fact that you're coming on here to try to prove that you can be dark skinned and pretty, that shows me that you feel like you have something to prove. Nobody on TikTok, this she just made this TikTok on her own. It's not like she was responding to somebody else. It's not like somebody made a TikTok saying, "Oh, if you're darker skin, you're unattractive," and then she's responding. No, she's literally just making this out of nowhere. So that's still showing that there is still an inferiority complex if you even feel the need to prove that you're attractive. Who are you trying to prove yourself to? Who are you trying to prove your beauty to? Who are you trying to convince of your beauty? This person says, it's like this. How can you be the beauty standard and the bottom and get picked over you? That's why they intimidated and they need validation. So this tells me that this person has a male-centered idea of beauty because she's talking about getting picked over somebody else. Okay, so you're a pick me because you brought it up. You said you're at the bottom, but you still get picked over other girls who are supposed to be at the top. Okay, so that tells me that you're really just being pick me's and you're measuring your beauty based on getting picked by a man. I'm assuming it's going to be getting picked by a white man because a lot of these women they don't like black men. We all know a lot of black men and black women don't like each other. So I'm assuming that they've got a white male centered standard of beauty. And also, isn't it ironic how you're calling people colorists while centering your own internalized beauty standard based on whether a white man picks you? Oh, and by the way, who were the creators of colorism, texturism, featureism, and racism? Oh, that's right, white men. This person says, I thought that the person in the beginning and the person at the end were two different people. Like, I'm confused. So she's saying that this girl, she put so much makeup and weaves on and stuff that didn't even recognize her. And then she responded, she says, girl, I changed my hair. My face still looks the same. But also, that is kind of something that we should talk about, though. Why is it that you even feel the need to change your entire hair and face in order to look pretty? And then some of these same women, they'll call it out if an exotical does it. They loved calling out when Beyonce's skin tone looked slightly different, when she got a nose job or when she got lip fillers. They'll call out if an exotical has any work done or puts on makeup or puts on a wig. But then some of these women will do the exact same thing. But then if you call them out and say, hey, you're being a hypocrite because, you're shaming me for beauty enhancements while trying to enhance your own beauty. And then they'll say, oh, well, you're basically colorist then. You're just intimidated because you're a colorist. So if you disagree with someone unambiguous, you're colorist. If you don't think she's prettier than you, you're colorist. If you don't want to date her, you're colorist. This person commented, they said, all these light skinned women mad because it actually applies to them. If they weren't colorist, they wouldn't be mad. End of discussion. So I've noticed that whenever you disagree with someone, then they'll say, oh, you're mad. It's like if you have a different opinion, you must be mad, which means that you're a colorist. You're just mad because like I'm confident. And it's like, well, now you're making it as if everybody else has to basically walk on eggshells. So now you're telling me that if we don't just blindly follow all of your opinions and blindly follow what you say on TikTok, then it means that we're like colorist or racist. So do you see what I mean about this use of the word colorism and use of the word racism to manipulate someone into following this groupthink mindset? This person says, not colorist because all black is beautiful. But I could never be intimidated by someone who has to wear weave lashes and makeup. F the skin color. Yeah, I mean, there are some people that think like that. It's like, with all due respect, I'm not intimidated by any woman, regardless of her race or complexion. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're black, if you're dark skinned. Like the fact that you view it as a flex, or the fact that you're trying to flex, like, oh, these people are just intimidated by my beauty. But then when we say stuff like that over here, it's, oh, you guys have a superiority complex. So which one is it? Is this a superiority complex right here, or is it not? Why is it only a superiority complex if we talk about this concept on our channels, but it's not a superiority complex when this girl is talking about it on her TikTok? And then she says, if you get offended by this post, guess what you are? Colorist. So once again, do you see how she's strategically using the word offended? So if you have a different opinion, that means you must be offended. Therefore, you must be colorist if you disagree with this post or if you have a different mindset. So do you see what I mean? Once again, it's weaponizing that terminology to silence people who have different opinions. And that's not how you social climb, by the way. That's not how you get people to give you a compliment. You're doing all this just to fish for compliments. And then I've also noticed that people have had the tendency to say things like, oh, well, you're being divisive. Like Exoticals United, you're being divisive by talking about these topics. Okay, so if I'm divisive, is this TikTok post divisive as well? Because why is it only divisive on one side, but then it's not divisive on the other side? But what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.